Serena Williams and Emma Thynn, the Marchioness of Bath, recently caused a stir on social media with a glamorous post that many interpret as a not-so-subtle dig at Meghan Markle. The Instagram snapshot featured Serena in a stunning red dress at a luxurious cliffside restaurant, accompanied by Emma, an image dripping with elegance and exclusivity. The real message, however, seemed to be about who wasn't there. Meghan, once seen publicly cozying up to Serena, now appears firmly on the outside of this elite circle. Emma followed up with her own pictures, reinforcing the impression that Meghan has been quietly edged out. This wasn't even their first get-together.
Welcome back to Clout Therapy, where we break down the messiest drama the internet serves up. Today, we've got a story that's got everyone talking. Meghan Markle and Serena Williams might not be besties anymore. Yep. We're talking about that Lake Como trip, the one packed with celebs, champagne, and zero signs of Meghan. Fans are convinced there's trouble in paradise, and honestly, the clues are kinda hard to ignore. From ghosted invites to shady silence on socials, something is definitely going on. So what happened? Why wasn't Meghan there? And is their decade-long friendship actually over? We've got all the details, and the drama is deep. If you love celeb fallout and friendship breakups, don't go anywhere. Okay, let's talk about this Lake Como trip, because it wasn't just a vacation, it was a whole statement. Serena Williams, the queen herself, hosted what might be the most exclusive, serene, and high society girls getaway of the year. And when I say exclusive, I mean if your name wasn't on that list, you weren't even breathing the same villa air. This wasn't some influencer collab trip. It was quiet money, old money, legacy women only. Serena chose her crew very carefully. Guests included Emma Thynn, yes, the Marchioness of Bath, literal royalty. She's known for being elegant, refined, and absolutely no mess. There were fashion insiders, global businesswomen, wellness moguls, all the women Serena sees as part of her post-tennis legacy. Not the flashy party crowd, not the look-at-me types, just peaceful, powerful women doing peaceful, powerful things. Now imagine it. The whole villa is wrapped in sunlight, right on the edge of the water. Infinity pool glistening, white silk robes, matching slippers, champagne flutes clinking over candlelit dinners. Everyone's glowing, relaxed, unbothered. The pictures that did get out? Minimal. No tagging, no chaos, just vibes. You can feel how intentional it all was. And that's where Serena is in her life right now. She's not just on vacation, she's curating her peace era. She's all about legacy, loyalty, and protecting her energy. After everything she's built, the Grand Slams, the fashion line, the family, she's moving different. No clout chasers, no drama, just women who get it. And this trip was basically the physical manifestation of that vibe. A hand-picked group in a sacred space, celebrating friendship, womanhood, and power. Which is why the internet immediately clocked who wasn't there. Meghan Markle, no photos, no tags, not even a comment or emoji, nothing. Radio silence. And for someone who used to be side by side with Serena at Wimbledon, Vogue events, private dinners, that absence, it's loud. This wasn't a forget to invite situation. This wasn't an oops, wrong weekend thing. Serena's circle is tight now. Tighter than ever. So if you're not in it, there's probably a reason. Let's rewind a bit, because to really feel the tension of Meghan not being at Lake Como, you gotta remember just how close she and Serena used to be. We're talking about a friendship that wasn't just casual. This was public, protective, and very deep. They first met years ago at the Super Bowl totally by chance and clicked instantly. Serena said it felt natural. Meghan said she was starstruck. From there, it just took off. And when Meghan got thrown into the royal spotlight and everything turned chaotic, Serena was one of the few people who stood by her loudly. She defended her when the British tabloids went wild. She spoke out when others stayed silent. In interviews, Serena would say, "Meghan is the strongest person I know." She called out the unfair treatment. She showed up for her over and over again. When Meghan married Prince Harry, Serena was there, in that iconic blush pink dress and fascinators, walking into Windsor Castle like a boss. And when Serena had her final match at the US Open, Meghan was right there too, cheering her on from the stands, front and center. These weren't one-off appearances. These were milestone moments. They went to each other's biggest life events. Meghan interviewed Serena for her Archetypes podcast and gave her this glowing intro, called her the greatest of all time, a trailblazer, a friend. Serena, in turn, praised Meghan's courage, motherhood, everything. They weren't just friends. They were ride or die. Meghan once said, "She's the kind of friend who checks in no matter what." That's rare in their world. They uplifted each other in public, in private, and especially when things got ugly with the press. So, yeah, to go from that to no invite, no mention, no nothing, people are shook because this wasn't some flaky friendship. This was deep, loyal, meaningful. And when you've had that kind of bond and then suddenly you're completely out of the picture, that's not just weird, that's a shift. Something definitely changed. Now let's talk about the shift, because something definitely changed. Not just in the friendship, but in how people started to see Meghan. When she and Harry stepped down from royal duties, the world was eating it up. Meghan was the face of empowerment, freedom, breaking the system. The Oprah interview? Massive. The Netflix doc? Record-breaking. She was seen as bold, brave, speaking truth to power. But then, the vibe started to shift, slowly. The headlines turned colder. The press started calling her difficult, demanding, divisive. That whole empowered woman narrative got flipped into controlling wife. Suddenly, she wasn't inspiring. She was polarizing. Even in Hollywood, where everyone loves a comeback, the whispers started. And here's the thing about this town. There's one unspoken rule. Your social capital is only as strong as your reputation in the room. It's not about clicks, it's about trust. And if people start thinking you're more drama than loyalty, more heat than heart, the invites start to slow down, the group chats go quiet, and the friendships fade. So when Serena, who's all about protecting her peace and building a legacy, starts creating distance, people noticed. Because in Hollywood, silence speaks volumes. Let's dig into the Lake Como snub, because this wasn't just some mix-up or forgotten invite. According to people in the know, Meghan Markle was very deliberately left off the guest list. Like, this wasn't an accident. Sources close to the group say Serena's entire goal with this trip was harmony, emotional safety, zero stress. She wanted to be surrounded by women who reflect the energy she's curating right now. Grounded, supportive, peaceful. That's the key word here, peace. Serena's in her soft era. She's not chasing clout, she's not entertaining drama, and she's definitely not inviting people who bring chaos, even if they used to be close. And here's the thing, Meghan's name, no matter how well-intentioned she is, tends to bring a storm. Whether it's the headlines, the royal baggage, the deals that fall through, or just the polarized opinions, it's a lot. The media frenzy alone could kill the vibe of a weekend meant to be quiet, healing, and sacred. And when you compare that to the women Serena did invite, the difference is crystal clear. Take Emma Thynn, for example. She's polished, poised, and practically allergic to drama. A literal Marchioness. Yes, but also someone who moves with quiet influence. You're not seeing her clap back at the press or headline a Netflix takedown. She blends in elegantly. That's Serena's brand now. Low-key power. Meghan, on the other hand, has become the face of very loud transitions. Whether you love her or not, her presence shifts energy. And when you're building a peaceful circle, even old friendships can get complicated. The truth is, Meghan's public image has evolved, and maybe not in the way that fits Serena's new path. And in Hollywood, when your brand no longer aligns with someone else's, That's usually when the distance starts. No drama, no statement, just silence. And silence, in this world, says everything. Now here's where it gets even messier, because word is Meghan has tried to reconnect. Multiple sources say she's reached out to Serena's camp recently, checking in, trying to feel things out, maybe even test the waters for a reunion. But the vibe she's getting back? Cold. We're talking polite rejections, unanswered messages, just silence. Not nasty, not dramatic, just distance. The kind of silence that says, we're on different pages now. And if you watch closely, and I mean really watch, you can see it in public too. Their last few appearances together, the energy was off. Gone are the hugs, the laughs, the sisterly whispers. Serena's body language is calm, reserved, pulled back. Meghan, on the other hand, still tries to lean in, still smiles, still plays it warm. But there's no spark, no closeness. If you didn't know their history, you'd think they were just acquaintances, not the ride or die besties they used to be. Fans have even pointed it out in clips, saying Serena looks like she's keeping things surface level. And in Hollywood, when everything is about image and timing, that kind of distance speaks volumes. Let's talk about Serena's side, because if you really look at where she's at in life, the distance from Meghan kinda makes sense. Serena's not just a tennis legend anymore. She's a mom, a business mogul, a brand. She's building empires, raising 2 daughters, and stepping fully into this next phase of her life. And that phase? It's all about peace. No headlines, no chaos, just calm, control, and women who bring steady, grounded energy. Her peace era isn't just a cute aesthetic, it's a lifestyle. Everything from her social media to her interviews screams balance, wellness, alignment. She's not here for petty drama or emotional roller coasters. She's got too much on the line, too much to protect. So when it comes to who she keeps around, it's not just about loyalty, it's about alignment. She's choosing people who reflect where she is now, not where she used to be. Women who understand legacy, who move quietly but powerfully. And yeah, that might mean leaving behind friendships that once meant everything, even ones like Meghan. It's not necessarily about bad blood. It's about growth. Serena's not chasing controversy. She's building a future. And if your energy doesn't match that, you're just not coming on the ride. So yeah, this isn't just about one vacation. It's about how fast the A-list can rewrite the guest list. 1 minute you're front row, bestie status. Next, you're nowhere to be found. And in a world where every invite sends a message, Meghan's absence from Lake Como says a lot. But is it a freeze out? Or just 2 women growing in different directions? That's what we want to know. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Is Meghan being pushed out of the inner circle? Or is she just living her own chapter now? And don't go too far, because in our next episode, we're breaking down the wild shift happening in Hollywood royalty circles. Who's in, who's out, and the quiet power plays happening behind the scenes. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and keep sipping with us. This is Clout Therapy.